Hey everybody, it's Red Lion, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon LeafGreen. In the last episode, we took on Route 3, and now it's finally time for us to venture into Mount Moon, so let's get started. One quick thing, I went back to stock up on Repel. Turns out I only had enough for 4, so this is once again going to be a not fun time for editing. But whatever, you guys don't need to worry about, that's a me problem. And speaking of wild Pokemon, we have Zubat, the first new encounter for this area. Zubat is literally just an annoying bat. It's a pain to level up because his moves are so weak, and it can't even be evolved fully until the post game, making it very mediocre for putting it on your team. Its typing is good, but there are better flying types and there are better poison types overall. So, in my opinion, not really worth picking up. If you had access to its final evolution, then I definitely recommend it, but unfortunately, its final stage Crobat, it's not usable. For whatever reason, in Fire Red and Leaf Green, they decided to make it so evolutions of Kanto Pokemon and pre-evolutions of Kanto Pokemon weren't allowed to be used until you got the National Pokedex, which is much later in the game. I'm sure you've seen in Pikachu's bio and now Zubat's, there is that little GS over a Pokemon. That means that it is not available until the post game because it is a gold and silver Pokemon. Come down here and Bullet Seed. Let's see, let's check that out actually. I don't think I want to teach it to Bulbasaur, but we might as well look at it. I don't think everyone ever Rock Tomb, but there it is. Let's see. Yeah, Bulbasaur can learn it. It's a multi-hit move, but it's only got 10 power, so the most it's ever going to do is 50, and that's at best, so yeah, not going to use it. In later generations, when it gets a power buff, it's much better, but unfortunately right now I'm not going to worry about it. Let's see, snuck past that trainer. Got a Paralyze Heal. Okay, well, I'm an idiot. I have no idea why I did that. I'm just making editing harder on myself. Pikachu took some damage, and Benny is on my desk right now. Right by Benny, please. Sorry about that. My cat jumped up on the desk and started playing with stuff, and was getting. That's not what I wanted. Was getting close to the microphone. Actually, Pikachu's fine on health. Just gonna keep going. What's this? See? Beware, Zubat is a bloodsucker. What a weird sign. Are you a trainer? I think you're a trainer. Well, I got a wild encounter. Is it something new? It is Geodude. Oops. Geodude is a great physical tank. It has some great level up moves. Oh, I should switch out because it's ground type. And it has a great ability as well in Rockhead. Make sure you do get Rockhead, however, because his other ability, Sturdy, is pretty much useless before Generation 5. It's very slow and has many weaknesses, including 4 times weaknesses, thanks to its typing. It also can't take special hits, at all, but its typing is good for a lot of the gyms and the rival battles, if Bulbasaur was your starter. It does require a trade evolution, though, so if that's not an issue, I would definitely consider picking it up. Yeah, it's a very strong Pokemon. Actually is one of those few Pokemon that doesn't get worse over time, or it doesn't really change from generation to generation, honestly. Yeah, it's a good Pokemon. The only issue, obviously, is going to be evolving it. If you can't find a friend with another Game Boy Advance in a 3rd generation Pokemon game that is over 10 years old now at this point, so let's see, going down here. Keep going. Pretty soon, after this, I'll just use a Repel, but we have one more new encounter, or actually we have 2 more new encounters, but this one is Paris. Paris has really bad stats besides attack, and its typing is really bad, worse than Geodude's defensively, and not really great offensively either. It has a very mediocre move pool as well, making it pretty much useless, honestly. It's reading the wrong thing, my bad. It does learn a 100% sleep move called Spore, and it also gets cut and flash, however, and rock smash if you evolve it. So it's a great HM slave, which is something we'll be getting to later in the game. And it has a 100% encounter rate on the second floor, so even if you're not going to use it on your team, which I definitely wouldn't, definitely pick one up. It's useful outside of battle, but yeah, don't expect it to be used much in a battle for anything other than like fodder for a free switch. Let's see, use a repel, which means, and I guess I'm just used to walking now because I haven't been holding B. So sorry if I've been walking at all during battles. Yeah, I'm gonna heal up Pikachu real quick. Full health. And we take a step forward here, and we are met by we, Team Rocket, our Pokemon gangsters. We strike fear with our strength. Our first battle with an evil organization, Team Rocket. And he sends out a Sandshrew, and I should have just switched Pikachu out. Whoops. Well, it's going to get a level anyway, so that's cool. Switching to Bulbasaur. And Paris has a hold item. That's pretty neat, actually. I think it's a 5% chance it can hold a tiny mushroom, which is something that isn't super important until later in the game. But still, it's awesome that he came with one. And my cat's on the desk again. I feel bad. He just wants to play, but I'm doing something right now, Benny. I'm busy. I'm sorry. I'm beating up Team Rocket. It's important. We'll switch back into Pikachu for this Rattata. He's like running all over the room now. It's very hyper. And hopefully this Thunder Shock can take it out. Never mind. I don't know why. Pikachu's Thunder Shocks just haven't been doing a lot of damage. I'm sure it'll get better once it evolves and gets stronger moves and stuff, but still, I was hoping that like when we were fighting those Pidgey in the last episode, I was kind of hoping it would be able to one-shot those easily. Luckily, it should have no problem one-shotting this Zubat. Yeah, okay, good. If it hadn't killed that Zubat in one hit, I would have been very upset. And we defeated the Team Rocket Grunt. I blew it. Let's see, there's some nice items on this floor, like a star piece, something we can sell for money. It has no other use than that. I wish we had gotten that before I had to buy repel and stuff like that, but whatever, that's beside the point. Let's just go back up here. Let's see. This cave is actually full of trainers that you can avoid if you're careful. Yeah, I already used a repel. You know what? I'm gonna go sell that star piece and run back, or I'm gonna go run back to Pewter City, sell that star piece, and buy some more repel. So I will see you guys in just a second. Okay, fought that last. Whatever. I fought that last by the front entrance on the way, and also bought a lot of repel, which I will show you in a second, and hopefully it'll be enough to get us through here. Awesome, Pikachu and Bulbasaur got a level up from that fight, so I guess it wasn't all bad that I accidentally ran into it. Ooh, Bulbasaur is trying to learn Poison Powder. Actually not going to teach it Poison Powder for the sake of a different move, Sleep Powder. Yes. Such a great move. Not very accurate, but in combination with Leech Seed, it can wreak havoc, honestly. So I'm going to forget Growl for this. Perfect. Bulbasaur's level 15 too, which is nice. Oh, I guess I have another Pokemon that I forgot about. I'll see you guys after this. Anyway, let's see. What was I talking about? Right. Yep, went back to the Pewter City, bought all those repels, beat the last in the front. Yeah, sorry, lost my train of thought there. I'm gonna heal up Bulbasaur really quick because it took a lot more damage from that Voltorb than I would have liked. Getting close to level 16, which is really nice. And we come over here and we got another potion. So that makes up for all that damage I just took. And right here is a rare candy. Awesome. That will raise the Pokemon's level by 1. I'm going to hold on to that for a while. And another random item on the floor is an escape rope, which lets you escape the dungeon at any point to the entrance. Man. I can't believe it took, like, Black 2 and White 2 in Generation 5 added a feature where when a repel runs out, it automatically will ask you if you want to redo it. This guy's talking about fossils and Brock. But it took 5.5 generations of Pokemon to implement a system where you don't have to go into the bag every time you want to reset a repel. Come down here, there's another Team Rocket Grunt to fight. Nope, you can't avoid him to get over to the other side of the room, which there is a hidden item there, so yeah. And there is one more Pokemon actually in this area that you can find, and that is Clefairy. Clefairy is a great tank, and it relies on TMs for a lot of its moves, but it makes great use of them. Stab isn't really important for it either because it's a special attacker for the most part, and it's really just, it's not meant to do a lot of damage. It's really just meant to tank and use really powerful moves to make up for its lack of huge strength. And on top of that, can be evolved almost immediately. Like within this dungeon, you get the item you need to evolve it, and it's really a great team member. If you want to add it to your team, look for it on the bottom floors because it's much more common there. But yeah, it's another Pokemon that I can really recommend, which is awesome for this early in the game. Something I considered putting on my team for a while, but I think I like the team I have planned out as is. Let's see, he's got to finish taking on this Team Rocket Grunt. Ekans is a really annoying Pokemon that we'll be going over fairly soon. Let's see. We'll finish it off with a quick attack to conserve Thundershock. That is one issue with this area, is that a lack of PP restoring items in the game means that you might be running out of power points pretty early into this dungeon. Like if we check Bulbasaur, I think, yeah, Vine Whip. Oh no, oh no. Well, I guess I won't be using Bulbasaur too much for most of this dungeon. If we walk up these stairs, we get TM 46, sorry, which is Thief. It's a low-powered Dark-type move that allows you to steal your opponent's item, and Ether, which, speaking of PP restoring moves, that is what that does. However, I'm gonna not use it because you can't buy them in the store ever at any point in the game. What was I doing? Oh, Repel ran out. That's right. If I'm really desperate to restore Bulbasaur's Vine Whip, then I will consider using it because you typically won't have to use all of them, but definitely be conservative with your Ethers and Elixirs and PP restoring moves. You can actually get past this trainer, which I didn't realize, but let's see, avoid him as well. Come up here, and a Moonstone, which is that item I was just talking about that evolves Clefairy. See, this is the end of the top floor, so if we come down here and through here, Repel's effect wears off again. Jeez. Like, Mount Moon is infamous, and I guess most caves in general. Right there's a Revive, which lets you restore a Pokemon that has fainted to half health. But Mount Moon is infamous for just the amount of wild encounters you have to worry about in here, and needing Repel and all that, and it lives up to that, in all honesty. Little kids shouldn't be messing around with grown-ups. It could be bad news. As you can see, you could have avoided that Team Rocket Grunt, but because it's Team Rocket, I'm gonna fight all of them because I'm pretty sure... Well, no, actually, in later games, they would disappear at the end of a dungeon, but in this game, you can come back and find them. But regardless, it's Team Rocket. We gotta get them out of here as fast as possible. Oh, man. That Thundershock just isn't doing a lot of damage. Pikachu's bulk isn't great either. I'm gonna switch out into Spearow for this Rattata, because I want to try and conserve my Pokemon. I don't want to waste that Revive I just got. Plus, it's paralyzed, so I shouldn't have to worry about much. Come on, why can't I KO anything? Are my Pokemon all just like have low IVs or something? I don't think anything has like bad natures. Cool, Sandshrew. We're gonna switch out into Bulbasaur for that. Also, I didn't deposit Zubat or Paris in either of the two Pokemon centers that I walked past. I'm just realizing that now. Yeah, we'll use Vine Whip. Worst comes to worst, I'll come back through this area. I mean, I'm avoiding most of the trainers that I'm going to have to save Vine for. Ooh, Bulbasaur's level 16! Thank you, Team Rocket Grunt, for being some grinding fodder because Bulbasaur is evolving. Yes! Congratulations, your Bulbasaur has evolved into Ivysaur. Perfect. Fortunately, that doesn't restore the PP of its moves, but let's just take a look at it anyway. Yep. As you can see, Bulbasaur's stats are now, like, way higher than anyone else on the team. Yeah. Awesome. Its attack is actually at the same point of its special attack, which is really weird. Well, I guess it does have a jelly nature, but regardless, I guess that means we can make use of Tackle. Worst comes to worst. Let's come up here. I'm gonna use a few potions on the rest of my party. There we go. Not wasting any potions because that filled a full 20, and Spearow has less HP. Or had more HP. I don't know. Sorry. I'm kind of tired. It's been a long day. Wait. Did I go everywhere up there? I'd say as I'm like losing my mind. I'm gonna go check that. Oh yeah, sorry, that's a different floor, or that's a different part of the floor that you can't access. Come along here. Repel's effect wore off. Use another one. No, I don't want to use the TGTV. Use another repel. Come this way. Thank you. Team Rocket Grunt. We, Team Rocket, shall find the fossils. Reviving Pokemon from them will earn us huge riches. Some more foreshadowing for the future. It's obviously not looking very hard for those fossils that he's talking about, as you'll see in just a minute. But, see, can Pikachu take out this Rattata in at least 2 hits? At least it paralyzed it. Come on. Oh, that's concerning too, because now I don't want to waste Thunder Shock, so I'll just go for quick attacks. Yes, it's paralyzed. Good. Just mashing A on my attacks to get this battle done with faster, even though that's not how it works. And Zubat comes out. Pikachu can definitely take care of it. Jeez. This is going to be a lot of editing to do. Not as much as I was worried about, but still, this is almost half an hour of recording at this point, and I'm going to have to edit it down to a 15-ish minute video. So, okay, good, doesn't hit itself in confusion. And Pikachu is going to be level 15. Ooh, learning Double Team. Raises evasion, can be kind of annoying. It's better than Tail Whip. Perfect. Erg, now I'm mad, but you're not gonna do anything about it. Nope, there's no item over there. There is, I believe, one here though. Yep, another Moonstone. So if you have a Clefairy and a Jigglypuff on your team, you can evolve both, I guess. I don't see why you would, because that'd be really bad typing. And before it bothers me anymore, I'm gonna take this item. Yep, Tiny Mushroom. And I forget what this guy right here has, but we'll stick with Pikachu for now. Hey, stop! I found these fossils. They're both mine! Yep, like I said, Team Rocket didn't look too hard for those fossils because there are two literally like 4 spaces above from where he is. You can see them. See, he starts off with a Grimer, which is really annoying. I'm gonna paralyze it because I don't want it to be attacking me too much. Pikachu's pretty frail. Grimer can do okay, cool. It also went for the disable, which means I don't have to worry about that. Thunder Shock. How much is this gonna do? Grimer is very bulky on the special side. That's not great. Disable already wore off, which is weird. I'm gonna go for some double teams to try and avoid more hits between the paralysis and the evasiveness increase. Yep, his disable misses. Let's start going for Thunder Shocks now. He shouldn't, at this point, have a great chance of hitting me, really. Yep, Poison Gas misses, which is what I was hoping to avoid. That will poison you if it lands. Oh, cool, a crit as well. Some more experience, and his second Pokemon is Coughing. I'm going to stay in with Pikachu because Coughing is a physical wall, whereas Grimer is specially based. Still going to go for the Paralysis because I don't want it doing a lot of damage or poison me again. Let's see. Perfect. And I still have that double team set up from before, so I'm free to just Thunder Shock it to my heart's content. Oh, it still landed though. I think Pikachu can finish this off though, honestly. And then I'll just switch out and heal it after the battle. I don't want to give it another free turn to go for another Poison Gas and poison something else. Goes to the Smog and misses. Coughing is down. He's just got one more left. Voltorb. I'm going to switch into Ivysaur for this one. I guess this is Ivysaur's debut battle, actually. Alright, awesome. Let's see if it can absolutely destroy this Voltorb in one hit. Obviously not faster than it, because Voltorb is one of the fastest Pokemon in the game. Solid 2-hit KO. That's fine. Voltorb has decently high special defense, I believe. And luckily this is before charge raises special defense, so we're good. Almost half a level from that, too. Not bad. Okay, I'll share. We'll each take a fossil, no being greedy. And we come up here. Do I want the Dome Fossil? Oh, Pikachu's still poisoned. Take care of that real quick before I forget. Or do I want the Helix Fossil? Praise Helix. Take the Helix Fossil. We're not going to go over what these do just yet because that doesn't happen until much later in the game. So for now, just remember that I have a fossil. Come around here, an antidote, because they're nice, and the exit to the cave should be right through here. With that, we are through Mount Moon, if we read the sign. Mount Moon in Cerulean City. And I think that's plenty enough for this episode. So, in the next episode of Pokemon Leaf Green, we'll finish up Route 4 and check out a little bit of Cerulean City. See you guys then.